What's your advice on dating while in college, while under 21? I'm 20 and can't buy drinks.
Go to the fraternity parties. There's always typically parties on campus. If you've got a Greek system, I mean, joining a fraternity is a great way to meet girls. I mean, back in the day when I know a lot of the universities have cracked down since then, but when I was in college, like I used to go up to University of Florida a lot because I had one of my good friends. He was a Sig Ep brother, and I would go stay with him in the fraternity house. And it was like they would have, I think it was Chi was their sister sorority kind of. So they would all get together and have these big blowout fucking parties, keg parties, and it's like everybody was underage drinking. It was, I mean, there was like 1,000 people or more all around because it was two-story fraternity, if I remember right, back in the day. And it was just a sea of people. It was a lot of fun. And but obviously nowadays, you a lot of the universities are not like that, or they frown upon doing those kinds of things. It's just getting involved in social activities. They have different clubs and things there because the thing with college is you're never ever in your life as a man or a girl for that matter going to be around as many beautiful single thin girls who are away from home for the first time and they don't have mom and their dad there lording over them and watching their every move. And that's typically when they're in their experimentation phase. They're more down to hook up, they're more down to try threesomes or to drink or to have a good time. And so you got to get social. Take, because there are classes that you can take that are kind of electives, that the type of classes that girls would take. Usually like a psychology class is usually a lot of girls in a psychology class. And I mean, they have yoga classes if there's yoga or Pilates
Chunky did that.
on campus. Yeah, it's like you go in there as a dude, you're going to be like the only guy, and you're surrounded by a bunch of hot, fit, horny girls that are your age. And if you're the only dude in there, like, I like one of the things that Chunky did while he was in college. He took it was during the summer, he took like an exchange program. And it was him, another dude who was kind of a beta male, and like four really cute girls. And like they went to Italy, and I can't remember you remember what the class was that he was taking, Anna?
Was it just a basic Spanish class?
I don't know if it was Spanish or something but they went there to experience the culture. And like I said, it was him and another guy and four cute girls. And I don't want to ruin Anna's image of her brother, but those odds were stacked in Chunky's favor, and it worked out really well for him, and he had a good time. And what happened in Italy stayed in Italy for the most part. But I mean, stuff like that. If you don't have any classes, or like I said, I think it was a 6 or 7 week course. So he went and he lived there in Italy. It was like I guess a rented house or apartment or whatever. And like I said, it was him and another guy who was a total beta male. He had no game. And there's four cute, horny girls that are all single. And it's like, I mean, he stacked the odds in his favor. They would all go out together and had a good time. He left a lot of smiles and happy finishes behind. So it's like stuff like that. You gotta participate. Because, again, man, if you're in college and 3% man, it's like, man, you can absolutely wreck shop and clean up and have some great memories. Because, again, never, ever in your life will you, again, be in a place where you're surrounded by that many beautiful, hot, single, horny girls that are down to pretty much try anything and everything. So it's not going to happen sitting in your dorm room or sitting in your apartment. You got to get out and participate in social activities. Like I said, yoga classes, Pilates classes that they have at your school. It's like, take those. You will be completely outnumbered. And that's what's beautiful as a guy. Anytime you go into a situation where it's just you and a bunch of girls, and a bunch of the girls or all the girls or most of the girls are single, they're going to, because you're one of the only dudes there, they're going to come over and talk to you. Even if you're not the most attractive guy, you'll become more attractive because you're outnumbered, because there's no other dudes to talk to. And as soon as the first girl comes over and starts talking to you, girls that are prettier, like, I'm prettier than her. Why is he talking to her? And then they're going to come over and start talking to you. And then they compete for your attention. As the late, great Doc Love said, when kitty cats compete, you win. So put yourself in a position where you're always outnumbered by women. Beautiful women. Single women. Magic will happen. It'll be much easier in those situations than trying to meet a random girl on the street. Again, just go to a Pilates class or a yoga class that is at the university, and there probably won't be any dudes in there. And if there are, it might be a gay dude. And like I said, you'll be surrounded by beautiful women, and they'll come up with reasons to start talking to you. That makes it pretty easy. So think about that. From a leverage perspective and an opportunity perspective, as a guy, you want to go where there's lots of girls and very few dudes. You know, in the dating apps, the girls have all the power, and the really handsome guys have all the power. So you're competing in an arena that if you're just an average looking dude, why do that to yourself? It's much easier to create social situations or get involved in social activities where you're outnumbered by the ladies, because that's where the magic happens.
I dated a guy once that faked his age, and he was actually 20, and I was 23, and
Well, you always like younger guys anyways.
yeah, but I thought
Caroline, the cradle robber.
I thought he was 22, so just 1 year.
Oh my God.
But anyways, I was making plans with him to go to like rooftop bars, all these places, and he's just like, yeah, let's go. And then he later on in like the relationship, he tells me his real age, and he was just like, it was such a struggle to get into these places just to hang out with you. And I was like, really? He's like, I had to like slide money to like the bouncers or whatever just to get in. I'm like, huh?
You gotta appreciate the hustle.
And I was like, he was like, yeah, but I can't get into these places anymore. And I'm like, well, I don't think we could work out then. If you can't get into the club or buy me a drink, I don't think so.
That sucks.
It was funny though. I really thought he was just.
It's a lot easier for girls than it is for
Yeah.
guys. Girls, you don't even have to like pretty much show your ID. Like I remember, I think I was 20, and I was bartending at a place, and in South Carolina, you have to be 21 to bartend. You have to. And I was 20, and the guy thought I was
Unless you're
cute.
the leader of the garden gnome people.
Yeah, and so I was just bartending, and then I was getting into places like all the bars and clubs, never checked my ID or anything like that. They're like, just come on, because I was friends with a lot of people that were older, so I just went in with them. So, for the most part, if you're a good-looking girl, they want good-looking girls in their places.
Yeah,
more
because
than
otherwise the
guys.
guys don't come and spend money on drinks.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
That's the whole reason why they do ladies night, ladies drink free.
yeah,
It's because if they have a lot of girls, then a lot of guys will come
to meet the girls.
and then that's the guys end up paying for everything. They don't charge the girls, but they charge the guys.
Yeah.
See how that works? Stack the odds in your favor. What did they say in Hunger Games? May the odds be ever in your favor, or something like that.
Yeah.
Pilates and yoga. College, jeez. If I had a time machine, go back and give myself a copy of my book. But then again, I would have never learned things that I learned if I'd have known this back then. I can live vicariously through you young college dudes now. Or Chunky, for that matter.
But he's not in college.
Chunky's an innocent child of God, Anna. That's all you need to know.